Hey everyone, I'm jumping on live to talk about something I'm super excited about. First, I've got to start my Instagram live, so let's see if we can do, I'm all about efficiency, you know. Okay, so we're on live Instagram, on live on Facebook, and it is so funny. I'm looking behind me and maybe you can see I've got some company, the Elf on the Shelf. So my kids love this. Do your kids love the Elf on the Shelf? I was so hesitant and didn't want to start that tradition. And my two littles, like, it is the highlight of their day to wake up and see what the elf has done during the night. So anyway, today, after talking about the Elf on the Shelf, I want to talk to you guys about something that is just barely starting to get on my mind. Now, you guys know I'm an organizer. I'm all about setting goals. I'm all about like living an amazing life, but I don't think about it too much during the holiday season. I start thinking about it right after the holiday season. So I want to give you guys a couple of things to start thinking about because I think it's really great to start planting some seeds and begin to think about what you want your new year to be like, but we don't have to get too far into it. This is just something you can do when you're like driving in the car or folding the laundry or doing something like that. You can just start to ask yourself some questions that'll start to help you know what you want to do. And I'm not going to get too far into setting goals. I've got a great system for that. I can share some of that a little bit down the road, but for right now, one of the things I'm going to teach you is to use the last year to help start to shape the next year. So this is really important, you guys, because there is a lot of experiences that we've had in the last year that really we are leaving some lessons and value on the table if we don't start to think about those right now. So there's these three questions that I ask myself. And this is something that I learned from one of my very first coaches way back when I started to be a professional organizer. And I'm so grateful. Marla D, if any of you know her, she trained me. I'm certified in the Clear and Simple Professional Organizing certification. Anyway, she was so much more than just an organizer of stuff. She was an organizer of time and an organizer of your life, and it really kind of helped me start down this path of living a full life that we love. Anyway, one of the tools that she taught me was every time I speak, I need to ask like after I've spoken to a group, I need to ask myself what worked, what didn't, and what would I do differently next time. Oh, and Instagrammers, I'm noticing there's like this light above me. Let me see if I can adjust that. Sorry, it's like the sun or something. Okay, hopefully that's a little better. Anyway, I can't make it work for Instagram and Facebook. Facebook's getting my head cut off. Well, anyway, okay, so this is, hopefully you guys can still not be blinded after watching this. But this is what Marla taught me to do every time after I speak, is to just ask myself what worked when I spoke and what didn't and what would I do differently. And I was just thinking this morning about what I could leave you with. It's just simple and easy so that as you go throughout your day, throughout your week, as you're getting ready for the holidays, you can just look back at last year and ask yourself what worked last year. There are, sometimes I think we have a tendency to look back and only see the negative, but I think it's really important to take a second and ask yourself, what did you focus on last year? What did you accomplish last year that was really rich and meaningful to you? So that kind of provides a template and just shows you a good place to invest your time. And so just a thought to ask yourself, what did you do last year? And even take just this moment right now to just ask yourself, what it is that you did that brought a lot of meaning into your life. And then the next thing that you can ask yourself is what didn't work. And usually our minds are really quick to pick up on that. What didn't work? You know, were you frustrated about something? Were you disappointed about something? Were there some relationship issues? Did you fail to grow in some ways that you wanted to grow? And really recognizing that, even though that might be something that's already on our radar, recognizing that right now can really help start to direct you to knowing what you want to do again in the new year. And then finally, what would you do differently? And I think that's where we can really glean the lesson from the last year. What would you do differently next year? What lessons did you learn? Where will you put your time? What is important to you? And you know, this is really important that we talk about this, because I think the thing that makes me the most excited about this work that we do together is just the idea that you get to create a life that you love. I think a lot of times we just wake up and go through motions and just feel like we don't have a lot of choice. We just have to do a lot of the things that we do. We have to spend our time in certain ways. Those decisions are already made for us. And I think one of the turning points in life, one of the places we really pivot and start to love life is when we recognize that we have so much choice and so much power to create a life that's different, that we love. And these kind of questions really help us do that. I'm just going to share a really quick example in my life when I had one of those pivotal moments. And I think I've shared this story in the past. I was really thinking about doing my first really big program that I'd ever done. It was thousands of dollars. It was really intimidating. It was a huge commitment. And it was something that I felt nervous about. I didn't know if I'd get the value out of it. I didn't know what people would think. I was scared to talk to my husband about it. And maybe you guys have all been there too. If you've done programs, or if there's things that you want, that can be really hard. And so I was thinking about doing this program, and I was just waffling back and forth. Like, I wanted to, but I was scared. I thought it might be good, but I didn't know if it really would help with what I wanted it to help with. But I just kind of had this draw to it, so I couldn't quite let it go. And I'm telling you, the tipping point for me was when I was considering doing this program, and I just finally came to the conclusion, you know what? I don't know if this program is going to give me everything I want or not, but one thing I do know, I just want more. I want more than what I have right now. I've got a good life, I've got a great family, great home. You know, there's nothing, you know, horribly wrong in my life, but I just have this sense that I'm made for more, and I want more in my life. And that is what's been propelled me to create this business and reach out to all of you, is just that idea that I just want more. And so my question for all of you guys is, do you have something in you that just kind of tells you there's got to be more to life than just waking up and doing the same thing every day? There's got to be more out there for me to do. And if you feel that even just a little bit, you guys, you've got to take that accountability and that opportunity to really shape and create it. And these questions that I'm talking about today, what worked, what didn't, and what can I do differently, can just start to get the ball rolling, to get your mind thinking about it, so that you can start to shape what it is that you want to do next year, because next year is the next step. And as you know, if you've worked with me, success is a series of steps, and this is the next step that you've got to take. So what are you going to do with it? Anyway, all right, so it's the holidays. Nobody wants to really be thinking too much about this right now, but there will be some quiet moments where you'll have the opportunity to start thinking about it. And as you do, you'll start to plant those seeds. So the first week of January, going into January, you'll have a little bit of an idea of what it is you want to do. So, oh, Phil, hi, you're on. And Dana, I'm just looking on Instagram. Oh, so fun to see all of you guys on there, and on Facebook too, Nicole and Christy and Kelsey. So fun to see all you guys. All right, well, I hope you guys all have a great day. Just ask yourself as you're driving today, what worked, what didn't, and what can I do differently? And hope you have a great day, and we'll talk more in the new year about setting these goals. See ya.